The first reason that it fell was the prime minister's own party. I mean, he successfully leveraged his 7 parliamentary seats, which is not a lot, to become the first prime minister in a rotation because he, said he has 2 options: either, lead as prime minister of this very diverse coalition or work with Netanyahu, which is what he preferred. The problem is he wasn't able to bring his own party members. His 7 seats became 6 when he started, and now he's down to 4. So he wasn't good at managing his own political party because his party called Yamina, which means to the right, he took that electorate and really moved them to the center without really being so much of a leader as convincing those members of Knesset and that constituency that this was a good move, because many of them felt very, very uncomfortable with those people in government. So it was a very, very diverse coalition. So that definitely was historic, that you had right and left political parties, that you had an Israeli Arab party by Mansour Abbas for the first time. So they did accomplish something by being together, by lowering the tones, of diversity. They were able to pass a budget. They had certain other successes in foreign policy and with the economy, but politically they just couldn't hold it together. And chipping away at them was Netanyahu, who was a very, very fierce opposition leader, and he just would not vote with anything with the government and caused the government to collapse.
I think there are many parties who benefit from the dissolution of the current Knesset, both on the left and the right. There are on both sides of the political spectrum. There are those who do not agree with the wide-based coalition that was presented, particularly even within Naftali Bennett's traditional constituencies, who felt that he had betrayed many of the right-wing, hawkish, and even religious Zionist principles that had brought him into government. So they were very eager to see the government dissolve and give another crack at perhaps instituting a different kind of government. But I think there was also disaffection from the left that Naftali Bennett continued to push to the extent that he was able his own agenda, and this was created a great deal of consternation for those parties interested in moving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict forward, and other domestic issues, including economic development, particularly in the wake of COVID-19, where there's been a substantial drop in standard of living, and those who've fallen into poverty in Israel during this time period. So there are many who benefit, but there are also many losers.